Okay. Alright, wow. Here we are. So yeah, basically the really the reason why the Sith are called Sith is that the Sith were an actual race. They were an alien race that originated here on Korriban, and the first, now they were force wielders and everything, but like the first like actual organized force bearing units were the Jedi. And as the Jedi that did get tempted by the dark side left long ago, they started fighting with the Jedis of the light and everything, but eventually they made their way here. They were brought here by the dark side of the Force to Korriban, and they were the Sith that were on the planet were force wielding and fighting and all that stuff. But the Dark Jedi actually ended up interbreeding with the Sith, and that's where you actually get the origination of the Sith. And so the name stuck with the Jedi, the Dark Jedi that intermarried and interbred with the Sith. And that's where you get the actual, Sith Empire starting and all that stuff. Because the Sith that were the original Sith here on the planet, they didn't have hyperspace travel or anything. So it took the Dark Jedis who discovered Korriban or were brought here long ago to open up that reality to the Sith on the planet. So anyway, Sith is just a general term now. But they were actually a race at one point, so and I guess in a sense that still is the case, but I mean I'm not too familiar with that much of the lore, so depending on, most likely in that case there really are no original Sith anymore in terms of pure bloodlines, but I'm sure that there's some traits or some people that have stayed pretty close in some regards. Most of them are like humans and different aliens, so. Yeah, there's guys checking things out here.
I was told that there's an escaped assassin droid in one of the tombs. Watch out for it.
Okay. And that's the other thing, too. We just want to get as much experience as possible, so
Sorry, I can't talk. We have to excavate this valley with hand instruments. There's all kinds of old traps left behind that still work.
Wow. Sith were awesome, weren't they? And that's the other thing that's cool. It's like, look at the difference in, yeah, the Jedi, they build great monuments, but mostly, temples. There is no, idolizing themselves like the Sith do. So, just the fact that everything applies into, their culture and architecture and just the opposing ideologies is so cool when it's, evident in seeing stuff like this.
The tombs are full of traps and droids that still work, it looks like. Stay out of them if you can.
Ancient.
Sorry, I can't talk. We have to excavate this valley with hand instruments. There's all kinds.
Now, in terms of, the timeline with the Infinite Empire, which, if you're not familiar with that, we'll learn a lot more about them later on, but they were technically the first empire in the galaxy, so intergalactic empire.
Sorry, I can't talk. We have to excavate this valley with hand instruments. There's all kinds of old traps left behind that still work.
And I was referring the Sith in regards to them, so.
Greetings.
There we go.
I don't think I've seen you at the Academy before. Here to investigate the ruins.
Who are you?
My name's Dak Vesser. I'm assigned to the Valley Ruins, as you can see. We've been painstakingly uncovering these tombs for many months now.
Dak? That is you, isn't it? I hardly recognized you.
Oh boy.
It's been a long time, Jahani.
What are you doing here? Did you fall to the dark side?
I didn't fall, Jahani.
Yeah, obviously.
I had my eyes opened. And don't look at me like that. Last I recall, you were having your own doubts.
Oh boy.
I was. I'm not anymore. Dak, you could...
Save it. The Jedi aren't for me, not anymore. Look, I'm not going to ask why a couple of Jedi are here in the Valley of the Dark Lords. I don't want to know. It's better that I don't. In fact, I'll just get out of here and leave you to whatever it is you're planning to do. Fair enough?
Running away again?
Why not? It's what I do best.
I take it you know each other?
Yes. Isn't it obvious? I don't want to talk about it here, however.
I don't think there's much to talk about.
Have it your way, Juhani. You always do. Look, I don't want to be here after you leave. There'll be too many questions, so ask what you have to ask and I'll be on my way.
Oh, he's freaking out now. What can you tell me about these ruins?
Well, it seems that the Sith once inhabited Korriban a long time ago. There was a fortress here that was destroyed at some point before the Sith abandoned the planet completely. Why they left, we don't know. Perhaps the Jedi drove them off. The tombs in this valley are the only parts of the fortress we found mostly intact.
Made any unusual findings?
Some. Most of the interesting stuff is still in the tombs, but Master Yuthar prefers to leave them to be explored by the students as a challenge. In time, they will probably become safe enough for us to enter. Until that time, however, we're stuck to digging up the valley piece by piece.
The tombs are dangerous. Well, we already know that. What can you tell me about these tombs?
There's 4 tombs here. On the right are the tombs of Ajunta Paul and Tulak Horde. On the left are the tombs of Marco Ragnos and Nagasato. All 4 were ancient Sith lords.
Yeah. Ragnos and Sato were very powerful. I mean, all of them were really powerful, but Ragnos and Sato, I'm a little familiar with them based on previous Star Wars games and lore. Tell me about the tomb of Ajunta Paul. We'll just go through them.
That's the first tomb on the right. There's a rumor that there's a powerful artifact still in there, but nobody's retrieved it yet.
That's the one that Lashdown
That tomb
wants.
supposedly has ancient battle droids and traps that are still functioning. It's amazing that their power sources have lasted so long, really.
Tell me about the tomb of Tulak Horde.
That's the farthest tomb on the right. We don't know much about Tulak Horde, unfortunately. The Takata have a nest in that tomb, I think.
The Takata?
A local pack animal that's very dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
Occasionally, the guards track down
goats.
a queen and kill it. That usually pacifies them for a bit.
Tell me about the tomb of Ajunta Paul.
That's the first tomb on the right. There's a rumor that there's a powerful artifact still in there, but nobody's retrieved it yet. That tomb supposedly has ancient battle droids.
Oh, we already asked that one, so... Tell me about the tomb of Marco Ragnos.
That's the first tomb on the left. Someone mentioned that a crazy droid has holed itself up in there, but I don't know much about that.
And finally, tell me about the tomb of Nagasato.
It's the second tomb on the left when you enter the valley. Nagasato was the leader of the old Sith Masters here, we think. Darth Malak found something in there a while back, however, and ever since then only Master Yuthar can enter it.
What did he find? Do you know?
No. A lot of the discoveries are kept secret, even from the students. I only heard that Darth Malak found something there by rumor, to be honest.
So that was the rise of, like, probably the first Sith Empire. Helped... Okay, yeah, I don't want to say too much. For anybody who doesn't really know the storyline of this game, just we'll leave it at that. What can you tell me about these ruins? We already know. I have to go.
So do I.
Goodbye, Dak. And thank you.
Goodbye, Juhani.
Dak. Why? He's running really fast. Okay, let's see what our journal note is saying here. Okay, so these are like the different prestige things. So we'll just go into each tomb, and we'll take it systematically. But before we do that, let us travel back to Dresde and get that implant for Karth so that he's stronger. And I'm just going to fast track to the Ebon Hawk here. Alright. Alright, where's the door? Ah, there we go. We will go visit Mika. Uh-oh, something else is happening here. He's like torturing these people.
Once you become a Sith, you can do anything. You can feel the power coursing through you. None of you fools can compare to me.
It's gonna be another fight. You have to save these people.
Please! You're jealous. You're jealous of my power. You think you deserve this medallion, don't you? But let's just see. See? I have the power to do anything!
Pudu, Tunirama na praka donko searcha chupapanki.
Sniveling fool! Like you would ever belong beside me in the academy. I'd rather kill you now and save us the trouble. What's this? It seems I have an audience.
We've been there a
Look,
while.
Jedi, just keep walking. Unless you want some of the same.
Sorry, but I'm not gonna let you kill that woman.
You can't stop me! You first, human. And then she dies.
Man, irrational, crazy, all of that, all the above. Do that. Alright, Juhani. And the stasis would be nice. And Karth, just blast the crap out of him.
What is...
Yeah.
You asked for this!
Huh. Wow, he's so done.
Yes?
Hey.
I'm just here on one of the circus transports. I don't have no business with you.
Yeah, you like ran over here. That was kind of funny. Oh, okay. Oh, nice. Crystal. Wow, so that was like 2 chances to get a medallion there. Heal up here. Alright, man. Oh, wait a minute. Who are you? Oh, it's Dak.
If you must know, I intend to take the first ship off this rock. Why should that interest you? I trust you got whatever you wanted from the tombs?
I haven't gone in yet. Why are you leaving exactly?
I already said, didn't I? I don't want to still be around when they start asking questions about you.
But where will you go?
Why do you care? I've no intention of opposing you.
Perhaps you could go back to the Jedi. I did.
I don't know. I'll think about it. Just leave me alone, Juhani.
What if I said I'm not gonna just like, ooh, okay. How do you know Juhani?
Why don't you ask her?
Because I asked you.
She and I were students together at Dantooine for a time. We were close, and we shared doubts about the Jedi's ways. I left for the Sith because I thought it would be better here. It looks like Juhani changed her mind and stayed with the Jedi after all. Your doing, maybe?
Perceptive.
Anyway, I'm done with the Jedi, the Sith, and with her. Just leave me alone.
Never mind.
Then leave me be.
Man. Maybe there's something I can talk to him here in a second, but like... Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay. Let me see your premium items. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, here we go. +4. Constitution. hyperstimulates the nervous system of the wearer, significantly improving both reaction time and hand-eye coordination. Tolerance of the wearer, giving them almost supernatural stamina. Wow. 850 to 15,000? I don't even think it's, like, worth it at all. I just bought that. I don't know why. Okay, so... My gosh. Is there, like, what does that even do? I don't know. I don't know why I just bought that thing. Guys.
How may I be of assistance to you?
I'll talk to you here in a little bit. Let me deal with this. Alright. Looking for it. Oh! I like skipped over it. There it is. Armor reinforcement. So... Oh, it's an upgrade item. Okay. I gotcha. We need a workbench. Alright. Well, that's cool. Let's get back to the Valley of the Sith Lords. There's a guy running. Alright, so what tomb do we want to knock out first? Hey, why are you standing up? Okay. Alright, let's go into Ziswam. I think we're going to be in a situation where we're going to be finding that these ancient Sith Lords have all been one with the Force.
You're new to the Academy, aren't you? I can't say we've ever met.
Who are you?
Galen Lore, at your service. Aren't these tombs fascinating? We had no idea the Sith were here so long ago.
Uh-huh. Why not? Aren't there records?
Not from this far back. Or at least what records do exist are sketchy at best. These ruins date back to a period when the Sith were first formed, before their exile into the far reaches of space. It's quite fascinating.
It's quite interesting for sure. What are you doing here?
I've been working on a translation of some of the runes by this tomb. I'm quite excited. This may very well be the tomb of Ajunta Paul.
Who is Ajunta Paul?
Ajunta Paul was one of the first of the great Sith Lords. He rebelled against his Jedi Masters and led the way for the rest of us that followed. These runes claim that he was interred here, and I wonder if his sword might not be here as well.
His sword?
According to legend, Ajunta Paul created a sword of terrible power. Someone who located it could gain considerable prestige.
Oh my gosh, I recognize this guy's voice. That's the actor Ethan Phillips. He did a lot of stuff with Star Trek, and he was also in The Island, Michael Bay movie. He played like the dude that was doing like the probability numbers and stuff. He's been in other things too, but anyway, hasn't any effort been made to recover it?
Well, a few of the Boulder students have tried. They did not return. As I understand it, the tombs are quite dangerous.
What makes the tombs so dangerous? Well, we already know about that, the droids.
From what I've been told, the tombs have old traps and machines that are still active. They were designed to keep out intruders when they were made, and still do. I suppose if the Academy wanted to make a concerted effort, the tomb would be opened. But I think Master Uthar prefers to keep it as a challenge for the students.
Cool. What do you know about the sword's powers?
Nothing at all. The legends don't say anything about it. It may have had powers only for Ajunta alone.
So he was like, it was before lightsabers? Hasn't any effort been made to recover it? Why don't you go in then?
No, these tombs are certainly not harmless. Don't think that. The sword may be tempting, but I'm not about to risk my life to find it.
Okay, I'm not gonna attack him. Alright, yeah, definitely will gain prestige. I've gotta be going.
Of course. Don't let me keep you from your business.
Alright, well we're gonna go in and we're gonna get that sword. Show off to everybody. Gain more experience points along the way.